Greetings, fellow Wastelanders, and welcome to my settlement tour of Somerville Place. This build was done on a PlayStation 5 using the Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition with no building mods. I do, however, have Creation Club skins and clothing installed. Previously, I built at Somerville in my first playthrough, but back then, I really didn't know what I was doing. This time out, I wanted to create a build that reflected my current skill set and aesthetics. That said, this build was done after a hiatus as I was transitioning from my now dead PlayStation 4 to my PlayStation 5, so I treated this as a bit of a warm-up before doing other builds. Our first stop at Somerville is a combination security tower and housing. As you can see, the building has a bit of an irregular shape with an angle on one side and a platform that extends outward, offering a defensive vantage point for settlers. This fits into my philosophy of irregular shaped buildings being a good thing when building structures in the scrappy style. The perimeter of this structure includes a power armor station and storage for supplies. The power armor station was originally going to go into the sole survivor's personal area, but I decided that it looked much cooler here. The first level features some trophies from past battles. This level also includes a cooking area, along with the living room and sleeping quarters. To add an extra bed into the mix, the couch on this level has a sleeping bag glitched into it. This settlement is a joint effort between the Minutemen and the Children of Adam, so this guard here is wearing the same kind of modified marine armor as the guards seen at the nucleus in Far Harbor. One constant feature in my settlements is a clothing shop. I've always loved the way the wood and metal shops look sticking out of the wood balcony piece, so I incorporated that into the structure and let the clothing sign speak for the shop instead of giving it a silly name. Inside, we have a salon. The fancy couch serves as a waiting area, and there's a wide variety of clothing for customers to browse as they wait. If they want to get some semi-fresh air, they can also hang out at the balcony. Outside, there is a cooking area with plenty of seating for settlers to sit down and enjoy their meals. This area is a combination crop and rest area. Here we have some restrooms and a shack for farmers to take a break, get cleaned up, and maybe have a snack before going back to tending the crops. When you first arrive at Somerville, there is already a damaged house present. You cannot scrap this house without mods, so you have to work with it if you're building in vanilla. First, I restored the ceiling by glitching in panels on the roof. Then, I glitched in floor panels from the wood section to cover up the garbage on the floors. Unfortunately, there is a spot in the corner where the kids sit and they sink into the floor panels. I tried to put the seats there, hoping they would sit on them, but nope, those kids love that floor. The bedroom contains beds that cannot be moved or scrapped without mods, so I had to just build around them. The shelf on the left has valuables belonging to the father, while there are toys scattered about for the kids. I always like to include some type of shelter or area specifically set aside for the sole survivor in each of my builds. In this case, I barnacled the sole survivor's quarters onto the side of the house. This is a place where the sole survivor can tinker and rest before her next mission. I mean, there's probably a settlement that needs her help, right? The roof of the house is mostly blown out, so it kind of winds up becoming a second level to the house. Here, I set up guard stations so they can keep watch over the settlement, and there are also armor and weapon workbenches so guards and settlers alike can modify and repair their gear. Back on the first level, we have our main crop area. Since this is the area where enemies tend to spawn, I set up a row of turrets to take them out in case they try to invade. This shack is one of the prefabs from the metal section. I love the design of this piece, but I don't get to use it very often. In here, farmers can take a bath after a long day of work and take a nap if they wish. It also serves as storage. Being at the edge of the glowing sea, I figured that travelers and settlers alike at Somerville would often need medical attention, and so I set up a large medical facility, Dr. Pepper and Associates. Pat yourself on the back if you get it. Here, we have 4 doctors, each I imagine with their own specialty. My favorite part of the clinic is the chemistry station with a surgery chair glitched into it. Not only does it look like the station now has a chair, but it also looks like the doctor is stationed at the chemistry workstation, ready to mix up chems for patients. Upstairs, we have the living quarters for the doctors, including a room to bathe and their own personal restrooms, a luxury in the wasteland. Glitching in these bathroom doors took quite a few tries, but in the end, it worked out really well. Next, we have the quiche from a Rose restaurant bar. Pat yourself on the back again if you get the joke. Outside, we have a couple areas for settlers to dine when it's not raining cats and dogs.
Have you tried this? Oh, man. Woo.
There are many sections inside the restaurant for settlers to hang out. These include a soda machine to get some nice addictive pop, the bar itself, dining booths, and a smoking area.
Yeah.
Upstairs is a living area similar to the one in the medical facility. Here, settlers can bathe and relax after work. They can also watch some TV, read some magazines, or even tend to their plants. Whatever helps them wind down. So much for easy living this ain't, am I right?
This soda is like sunshine or rainbow. Gotta get more of this. Oh, colors. You tried this? Oh man. Woo! I could drink this forever and ever, and then stop.
Somerville Place comes with a gigantic campfire blazing away. This is not the same as the campfire you can build in the vanilla menus. You could scrap this, but that would be a waste since you cannot rebuild it without mods. Instead, I used it as the foundation of a communal cooking area, with a small dining table inside a shack for settlers to have an outdoor dining experience. And there's also a cooking station in case they want to mix up some soup or stew. Normally at my settlements, I like to have branches of the Adam Cat's garage as my primary mechanic shop. However, I was inspired by Brother Kane at the Nucleus, who clearly has technical skill if he modifies and maintains weapons and gear. Thus was born the Machines of Adam, a garage run by the children of Adam. The car you see here actually came with the settlement. Instead of scrapping it, I used a rifle to push it into the garage and then built around it. The computer console here is available to build when you are assembling the teleporter to get into the Institute. Once you build it and use it, however, you can no longer build this piece in vanilla, so I had to make sure to build several at different settlements before going into the Institute. The top level of the garage is where the children of Adam live. The main feature here is the altar in the middle. I based these on the Children of Adam altars found in Far Harbor. Using the manufacturing duplication glitch, I created extra mother icons to put on the altars along with flowers and skulls and other decorations. In my story, this house is owned by the first farmer to join the settlement. He is a big fan of Nuka World, so he spends caps to purchase items from Nuka World to decorate both the exterior and interior of his house. The farmer is also very fond of animals, so he adopted these two cats, and outside he built a shack so that the Brahmin could have a place to get away from the constant rain at Somerville. And that is my tour of my second build at Somerville Place. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Kind comments are appreciated, and if you have any questions about the settlement or how I did something, please feel free to ask in the comments below. If you like what I do on this channel, please consider subscribing. I would like to offer special thanks to my patrons on Patreon for supporting my Ben's World of Transformers website. You can think of these Fallout videos as a side hobby that benefits from the support I get on that site. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay safe out there in the wasteland.